Hello everyone, I'm the Doctor, and today we are going to do a quick one-shot review of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, War of the Visions is what it's called. Now, according to my title that Ho-Ho has demanded that I post, I have played this game for 10 hours straight, and that wouldn't be too much of a lie. I do have a lot of experience in Final Fantasy mobile games, particularly the first Brave Exvius, and I feel like I'm kind of an expert so far. If you haven't already, do check out also my tips and tricks guild video. It's pretty cool. It'll be linked down in the comments. So what do I think about this game so far? You know, this game is complicated. There's a lot of different currency, and there's a lot of details in the game that can overwhelm people if you're not ready to take it in. So I'll just give you an example here as kind of the thing that probably intimidates people the most. Right here, you have 10 different types of currency, and this is just the first shop. So there's multiple shops. So that's the Moogle shop. And then you have the regular shop. A shop rotates every 6 hours. You can see here I had some gil there. Mostly you can buy everything with gil. But then right now, currently, if you're watching this video within the last 4 days, there is a beginner's shop. Make sure you buy out as much as you possibly can. There's a release commemoration shop event as well. Buy out as much of that if you can. If you are doing the special currency, any of these rainbow commemoration packs are also good to pick up. If you can be one of those people that gets past the initial currency, the initial idea of there probably being 5 hours of tutorial for you to get through, this game is pretty good, I would say. It's a little bit different than Brave Exvius. There's a lot of talk when I was initially researching this game on how it would be really hard to get the units and you would have to re-roll a million times, and the main concern seemed like you would have to re-roll until you got good units. You get plenty of Visior, the free currency. I'm free to play, and I haven't even chased all of the Visior I could possibly get. I have 2 UR units, pretty easily. I have some UR cards over here, so you can see over here at the bottom, I have this guy right here. This one, and my favorite is the Marlboro, even though he's not max rank. I actually have 3 of them, so making sure you get everything and making sure you do everything is not hard. There's a lot of missions, very similar to Brave Exvius, the first one. You come in here and you get your daily points. The missions are pretty easy, but they're pretty long. Your first day, you probably won't clear all of them. There's milestone missions, so you get a lot of material from that, and you can see they just hand out the currency like it's candy here. Which is really great because you get so many free summons. Rerolling is really not that big of an issue. You do have a friend system, and then probably my favorite system right now is the guild system. Just coming into this from Brave Exvius and other Final Fantasy mobile games, they don't have a guild system that I played, and so being able to manage your own guild, they have an in-game chat function. They have a lot of it, and it's really nice to have that because, you know, normally you can't communicate with other players from that like are on your friends list or that you're running events with, so you can coordinate and run things together. You can build up guild statues, so you can feed them and build up their stats, and those affect all of your characters. There's bonuses called the barracks, which helps feed and give JP to your characters. So overall, I think the coolest thing about this game is probably the guild system so far. In terms of the actual gameplay, we'll go ahead and hop in here, just into a far plane mission. There is, of course, I mean, don't be intimidated as well, but there's tons of missions for you to farm, and each of these are an ingredient to level something that you have. And while it might seem complicated, do understand that there is simply not that many differences between all of these. There's 6 elements, and so each element has its own chamber. And so while there's tons of chambers here and you're like, oh my god, what am I going to do? It's really simple. You just have to know the elements that you want, and from there you should be good. Every day has a double drop rate to help you out. Hopping in here, you can see that you get your basic 5 units. You can get a companion unit who you can hire with Gil if you want. And then, unlike a lot of the Brave Exvius and Final Fantasy games that have been released on mobile, this one has a auto setting that you can turn on, and it actually works really well. It also has a speed up setting, which has really helped me. And honestly, like, it has taken a lot of what I would have considered to be the monotony of a tactics game out of it. So instead of, you know, feeling like you're having to tap everything and move everything, you can just trust your characters to do the grinding, get it done, and bust it out for you. And yeah, they won't do it in an optimal fashion. They might miss out on some of the missions in the mission that you're currently doing. But at the end of the day, it's going to be way easy. It goes faster. And it really finds that nice balance between tactical gameplay for anyone who loves Final Fantasy Tactics and that sort of mobile speed or battle speed that you're expecting. Now, that's not to say that battles can't be complicated. They definitely can, and there are times where you do have to take the auto battle off. But if you're one of those people who just wants to farm, or you know, I'm sure you could even set up a macro to easily farm and bust this out. It shouldn't be a problem. Should be pretty standard mobile gameplay for you. Yeah, it's pretty fun in general. The class system, I talked a little bit about the complexity earlier. While that might turn a lot of people off, I think it's probably my favorite thing that I love about this game. When you go to the main menu, you will see that there's units, equipment, espers, and vision cards. So when I go to set up a unit, we'll just pick someone at random right here. You'll see that they have, well, that's not the screen I wanted to show you. Let me hop to formation real quick. You'll see that they have a weapon, an esper, and a card that they can equip. And all of these enhance their attributes, and then some of them, like the card, will affect the entire party's attributes. So the combinations that you can come up with are really cool. Now, not only do you have weapon, card, and summon, each character has their own element as well. So you need to coordinate what elements you want to have and when you want to have them for what battles. And this can come into even your companion settings, which, out of all the Final Fantasy I've played, this is the best companion setting version of the game I've played. You can have a companion set for every single element. Now, if you guys are watching this and you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna go download this right now, or you've already downloaded it and you just want to see what the general pulse is out there, please set your companion settings. I made a whole video on it, but so many people are not setting their companions, and it really just sets you up for failure. It sets your friends up for failure. It's easy. Just hop in and do it. It is a bit of a pain in the ass because you have to do it on each one for each character. I think that's because you have to set favorite equipment on the characters. I still haven't quite figured that much out. Again, we're only about 15-20 hours in here. But yeah, it's great, and I would highly advise, like, just don't try and read everything, because if you try and read everything, if you try to absorb everything, you are going to lose your mind, and you will get lost on the internet. To give you some idea of the depth, so each character has 2 different rankings. They have their stat rankings, which is their base level, and then you can awaken them for their stat, and that increases their level cap. Oh, thank you, Shadow Fox. Appreciate the follow, dude. The other characters also have a limit break function. Now, the limit break function, what this does is it increases their job level and their EXP level. So the job levels, each character has 3 different jobs that they can be. And when you go to the abilities menu, you almost get like a sphere grid experience when you come in here. And if any of you have played Brave Exvius, this is very similar to the summon system that they had in Brave Exvius for getting stats. If you look at the ability set here, a lot of things that people don't know is that you can actually change the subclass. So there's actually a main class and a subclass in this game. Like most Final Fantasies, you just come here to subcommand, and if you have the class unlocked, you can click on it and you can change it. So my Fina here is a white mage, but also a gunner, and that will give her access to the white mage and the gunner abilities. You're able to equip 2 support abilities. You're able to create a reaction ability. I haven't learned what the other category is for yet. I'm assuming it might be something with when you get a certain amount of units and cap the stones. You can also enhance abilities. These can be maxed up to level 20 is the highest that I've seen. Pretty sure that the higher you go, the more they'll be used. One of the things I've noticed about the AI, though, is even if you level an ability, the AI will just always use the ability that you want to use, or use the ability that they want to use, and they won't necessarily use maybe the best ability or the highest leveled ability. So that can be problematic at times. Now coming down to espers, these guys are pretty cool. I mean, I would say I haven't quite figured out what their function is. In Brave Exvius, there was the first one, there was a few of them, and like they have super abilities, and they have levels, and they have stats, and you can awaken them to get to the next level just like you can with any of the normal units. But all they are is kind of like passive stats that are passed on to your characters. I'm not fully sure if it's more convoluted or if there's just a limited amount of them. If there's any feedback I had, is that some of these systems, particularly the card system and the summon system, they just seem kind of like equipping a piece of equipment. They don't seem like they changed the style of gameplay at all of your characters. Like literally you could have a character not equipped with these and it wouldn't make the hugest of differences, probably until we're at a metagame where we haven't even seen it yet. If you didn't know as well, there are multiple rankings. If you just go to filter here, UR is the highest, MR, SRR. This is the card section right here. And of course, with the cards, they can be leveled up and equipped on different characters. This one right here is one of my favorite ones that I just got. So the cards, they have bestowed effects to the specific character, of course, with stats, just like the espers, but they also have a party ability. So when I equip this card onto my characters, it's going to have all casting time reduced by -25, which is just crazy. Like, you can awaken it as well. You can see what the awakening bonus is. So once it's fully awakened, it'll be still -25. So the only benefit I would gain from leveling this up is gaining, I believe... Oh, interesting. It's interesting because it says at level 1 it's casting time reduced -5. But then here it says party ability casting time reduced -25. So it's interesting that maybe it's -5 right now and it's showing the max minus ability. I'm not fully sure. It's something that is not readily explained and is something people are going to be figuring out as we go. Kind of like Shadow Fox said, it's all very convoluted and there's a lot of different ways you can go. If you go to the duel, you think it would be saying minus another, that might be what it is. The stat displays are sometimes a little inconsistent in this game. When you unlock PvP, you go to the duels. Match battles, I really have found no need for these. It just seems like PvP coins and they're unlimited, and it just seems like it would be a time waster for me. I much prefer the arena because it's all auto battle, and you get 5 orbs a day, I believe. I haven't found when these refresh. In Brave Exvius, you used to get 1 every hour in the first version. In this one, it seems like they come in every day, but I'm not 100% sure. I do think that's worth your time if you're new and coming in. I do think it's a good feature as well compared to the arena in the first Brave Exvius. There's of course your summons. There's a lot of summons out there. You also have video summons, which get you your free stuff. Chocobo expeditions are pretty cool. You basically can slot up 5 characters. You start out with 3. I would recommend buying the 2 expansion slots. You can pick a place. For anyone who doesn't know how to pick a place, by the way, go to party formation, and then you pick it from up here. I know it took me forever yesterday and today to even figure that out. Collect items. It's great, like, compared to the expeditions in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius 1. These characters are still able to be deployed. I can still pick them. It's just kind of like passive EXP that they gain. You can also get what's called a fever. Now, there's multiple types of fever in the game depending on the levels that you do. When you get them, it's a nice bonus. Basically, it enhances rare drop rates and EXP gained by this group right now. So for an hour, if you're playing the game a lot, it'll give you a fever. There's also acceleration tickets you can use, which are really helpful. Overall, just, it's pretty cool in general. Gosh, what else do you guys want me to talk about? There's tons of NRG. I'm ranked 24 right now, and I have 17 NRG potions. I can still restore my NRG with video ads, and it's 50 Visior to restore 53 NRG, and this would be per day. I would say compared to Brave Exvius 1, Visior is so easy to gain. I can even show you guys just hopping in real quick, and I'll show you some more gameplay before we call it for the review here and get back into just regular gameplay. You have multi, so you can take on quests with friends. Basically, if you played Alchemist Code, this is similar to running a mission with anyone else. I see a Chamber of Fire here. I'm going to hop in. Is this auto battle? Oh, hell no. We're getting out of this one. Some of them have auto battle on. Some of them have auto battle off. We're actually just going to make our own room because I don't want to put up with that. So we'll do fire level 3. We're going to create a room. We'll do speed up on 1.5. Allow auto battle, and then we'll create room. And basically for 6 NRG, you can either join for free or you can send the mission out on your own. And the only person that's going to cost NRG is the person who initially starts the group. So for this, if you're looking to farm and you're fully out of NRG, which I don't think you ever should be, because Visior is so easy to get, you can just hop in here and you can put together a party. Or if you're wanting crystals, you can hop in and put together a party. You do have to wait. So like this person right here, Celia, is like, I'm just going to change all my characters on you. And it can be pretty painful if you get a group that doesn't want to change quickly or doesn't want to get ready. As this is playing on in the background, I'll just give my overall impressions. I think this game is going to be great. I think if you're willing to play it and put in the time, it'll be fun. I have been playing only as free to play. I think if you're going to go with money in and all on in it, dolphining would be a good idea. Because there are certain benefits you can get from Royal rank that will help you overall. There's a lot of talk around this game right now about the sort of exclusive mode. And what we're seeing right now is also one of the drawbacks besides exclusive mode. So I'll jump into that right now. You can see that the game's frozen, and this happens both on my emulator and on my regular phone. And this happens regularly. I would say I've been playing all day today, and this has probably happened probably once every hour. No matter what, whether I'm on my phone or whether I'm in game, on the emulator. It does happen more when I'm doing the multiplayer quest, though. 21 is pretty good, Shadow Fox. I mean, I just got to the end of chapter 1, and I was level 21 then, so you can get it pretty far with that alone. Yeah, live example. This is a live example. For those that don't know about my reviews, this is the first one I've ever done as a one take. So we are going to be uploading all of this information because if you're reviewing a game, you guys should see it as it is and experience it as it is. And it's a minor inconvenience. I'm sure it'll be patched in the future. But yeah, that's it for this review. Go ahead and leave any comments, likes, or subscribes down at the bottom. And if you want to check us out, come join our Discord or join our guild. I do have the guild information posted, and I do have our guild Discord as well put up.